You haven't heard about SSAS and SSRS in a while. However, we have some exciting updates that go along with SQL Server 2022 and other things you've been asking for. Learn all about it this week on Data Exposed. Hi, I'm Anna Hoffman, and welcome to this episode of Data Exposed. Today, I'm joined by Subhojit.
Hi, this is Shubhojit. I am a product manager at Azure Data, and I work on SSAS, SSRS, and SSDT. So that's about it from my side.
Awesome, cool. Well, it's exciting to have you on the show. You're the exact right person to talk to for this topic, which is what's new in SSAS and SSRS. And for folks who might be wondering what this is, or folks who haven't heard about it in a while, can you give us like a brief overview on SSAS?
Great. I will start that. I'll share my screen and I'll take you through a very brief understanding of what is SSAS and SSRS, and then I'll go ahead telling about what are the new features that we have added here and what are the things which can excite all our customers. So SQL Server Analysis Service and SQL Server Reporting Services are basically Visual Studio extensions. SSAS provides project templates and design surfaces for building professional data models hosted in SQL Server Analysis Service, on-premises, Microsoft Azure Analysis Service, and Power BI. We have tabular models, multidimensional models, and we can create proper data models within the version. The latest version that we have released is 3.0.7. This was released on November 17th. You can download that version directly from the Visual Studio Marketplace. So to download it, you can either directly visit to the Marketplace, or within your Visual Studio, you can go to Extensions, go to Manage Extensions, and go to the Marketplace to download that. So this is what we have for Analysis Service, a very basic brief. You can, whatever we already had, we still continue to have. For reporting services support, it's a report designer where you can build your projects, you can make wizards, you can create packages. And again, we have done the latest release on November 17th, which you can also download from the Marketplace, where you download the extensions from.
Awesome, nice. So what's new in both of these areas apart from just releasing a new version?
Yes, so we know that SQL Server 2022 has released, and SSAS and SSRS have started to have the support for it. We have added a compatibility level, a new compatibility level of 1600 under tabular projects for SSAS. So you get all the features that you have from SQL Server 2022 in SSAS, which includes the security updates, the flexibility of it, and the other features that we have in SQL Server 2022 within Analysis Services. So the update has happened in Analysis Service Engine, which goes into Power BI and Analysis Service. So you can get the exact power of SQL Server 2022 in this extension, and you can enjoy that.
Awesome. I know people are going to be pretty excited to use these new capabilities with the latest compat level, so that's exciting. I also know there's been other updates in the SSAS and SSRS space. Can you tell us a little bit what you all have been working on?
True that. So when I took over this part of as a project for SSAS and SSRS, I saw that there was a lot of compatibility issue while we migrated from 2019 to 2022. So there were some problems, some compatibility issues, some time it used to freeze. So we as a team have worked upon it so that we could solve these problems first. And now we have solved a lot of bugs, but a few of them which is worth mentioning, I'll just go ahead and tell you. First, we have improved on the connection to Azure Analysis Service. So there were certain authentication issues which a lot of users had to have told us. So in the current version, we have updated it and we have upgraded it. Um, we have added support to 64-bit driver while creating SSAS tabular projects. So initially it was just x86, now it is x64 as well. So that brings a new addition. I'm sure a lot of people would be happy about it. Um, the authentication issue has been resolved for SSA's deployment wizard. So you can like comfortably go ahead and download SSA's 2022 and enjoy the features. Uh, Followed by that, we have done some additional fixes, including issues related to link dimension and multidimensional projects. So the responsiveness of these projects had been pretty low when we took over, and we saw a lot of problems. So there were a lot of UI issues in different kinds of monitors. So they have been fixed. Now we are supporting dual monitors. We're supporting like the normal monitor issues have been resolved, and different screen resolutions have been taken into consideration. So that's like a very good incentive for people working in different sizes of monitors to use these extensions. And also we fixed the preview report error while connecting to SSA's data source for reporting services.
Awesome, nice. This is going to be exciting. This is like the new and improved version that people have been waiting for. You've been listening to a lot of feedback. One thing we hear a lot about is accessibility. Is there any updates on that front?
Oh, yes. As we all know that Microsoft gives a lot of value to accessibility. We have worked upon it, and we have made a lot of changes and a lot of bug fixes for that. The first being the process partition button, which was graying out for SSA's tabular model. We have improved on that. The second, we have improved on the narrator feature for people who are disabled. And also there were certain row groups and certain buttons which had a contrast issue. So in the dark theme, we were facing a lot of issues in terms of contrast, and people were reaching out to us to say that these are certain, like they are not able to read it, and they were not following the contrast requirements. So we worked on that, and we kind of improved that. So
Nice.
the accessibility is now better.
Dark mode is definitely a common request, and so the fact that we're making it better in these tools, I'm sure is going to be appreciated. So before we go, Subhojit, the final thing I want to ask is, we have you on the show. Can you tell us what you're thinking about as far as what's next?
We are not allowed to say a lot of things, but a few things I can give a hint upon is that we get a lot of requests from customers on repetitive questions on downloading it, downloading the extensions, starting it, having the first basics of how to go through it, or what are the packages that has to be installed. So we are creating a FAQ for it, so that it is much more convenient for the customers and they don't have to wait for our replies on their questions. Also, we are working towards a feedback mechanism which would capture feedback from customers in a more better way to make us to be able to make us be better with time and improve our own shortcomings with time. Nobody's perfect, so we are trying to improve this product, and so that it goes towards customer delight.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Subhojit. One final question would be, do you have any tips or tricks for folks who are just getting started? I think you might have some resources to share.
There are a lot of resources. We have resources in MS Learning. There are tutorials. They would be given in the description. Also, just as a highlight, you can see that we have these as learnings. Everything, and we have kept it in such a way that it is step by step. If you look at the tutorials, it goes step by step into making you be able to create a report or create a data model in just from a very basic layman language, so that somebody who's not very tech savvy would also be able to understand and create their own model. So this is something which you can really use and learn analysis service and use it in your Visual Studio.
Awesome. Cool. Well, Subhojit, I've learned a lot. I think our viewers have also learned a lot. To our viewers, if you like this episode, go ahead and give it a like, leave us a comment, and let us know what you think about some of these updates. Check the links in the description so you can get started. And we hope to see you next time on Data Exposed.